Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. We've all heard the phrase, don't count your eggs before they hatch. And generally, that's a good statement. You definitely don't want to assume that things are going to work out the way that you think that they will. Life oftentimes throws us curveballs. Life oftentimes redirects us in a way that we didn't expect. And therefore, we can't just assume that things are going to work out the way that we think that they will. However, when it comes to the Lord, there's a sense in which we can count our eggs before they hatch. And that's what we see as we get closer and closer to the end of the book of Numbers. You see already the Lord preparing the people to go into the land and capture it. We're going to see the various inheritances that are allotted to the various tribes. We're already seeing God preparing them by telling them about all the different feasts they were to keep, and the list goes on. You see, we see those who want to camp east of the Jordan already preparing for the battle, and it being assumed that they're going to win the battle and then return back to their land again. Basically, we see a whole congregation of people counting their eggs before they hatch, and the Lord assuring them that they can do so and that they can prepare for victory. And that's the wonderful thing about following the Lord. When it comes to the promises of God, we can count all the promises of God as a done deal even before they hatch, even before we see them come to fruition. If the Lord promises us something, we can be guaranteed that it's going to happen. And so as we look ahead to all the future blessings and promises that God has for us, we can go to work, we can engage in our daily activities with the assurance that it's a done deal. Yes, it might be in the future. We do hope in a future resurrection. We hope in also a future experience and in eternal bliss with the Lord. We look ahead to the time in which we will dwell in the direct presence of God, eternally resting with Him. And yet, even though those things might be things that we look ahead to in the future that are promised to us by God, we can already bank on them now and live each and every day as though it's a done deal. And already begin to prepare by keeping a heavenly mindset, by keeping our minds focused on not necessarily where we are, but where we're going, and looking at our daily lives, the present state of our lives, through the lens of a future reality that God has presented to us in His Word. And we can count our eggs before they hatch. And that changes our perspective even today. Even if our future promises aren't realized for years from now, those things can already begin to affect our present perspective on life as we look through them through the lens of God's promises and the assurance that His promises will come to pass. And so let's be encouraged as we read in the book of Numbers, these people preparing for not only entering into the land, but overcoming the people, the inhabitants of the land, and receiving victory there, and also receiving the land and their inheritance. Let's be encouraged to say that we can do the same. We might be still on the east side of Jordan, in this life, still in the wilderness, but we can, like them, rest assured that God's going to bring the victory and that God's going to bring the blessings. So here's some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.